Hi, everybody. I am, as you guys know, a student at Berklee, and we are currently on break right now. So I thought I would indulge in more creative endeavors. So I started making comics in my free time when I was there, and I got this cool shirt, and I think it's a really tough time in America right now, and I just want to express my myself in a unique way, and I thought the estrogen would take care of this. I'm not passing very well right now, but that's okay. I'll probably shave after this video, but yeah, I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on. It is really meaningful to me, and yeah, let me show you what I've got. All right, here's the comic. It's pretty short. It's only 4 panels, and I'm not gonna read it for you guys. I've already done a lot of rereading of it in my head, and I think it's pretty good. If you guys could tell me what you think about it down in the comments, that would be great, and I'll give you an update on how my HRT is going. So that'll be next week, and I hope you guys have a great time. See ya. Hello, Internet. Sorry about the YouTube membership situation. Thank you to Plausibly Based, Automare, and Jack John and Cheese Stick Fanatic for becoming members. And like I said, if you feel like this isn't what you signed up for, I completely understand and will reimburse you. I've got a lot of stressful things going on right now and am kind of everywhere, but I need to just pump out and give you guys the best content. And I will still take member suggestions seriously, so leave them down below. But anyway, I check out my subreddit quite often, and I didn't even notice that we have 427 members now. This is crazy, top 31%. I know we can do better. So if you guys have a Reddit account, just feel free to join, and you can leave your suggestions and posts, and I will address them like I am now. So this is a leftist comic, but looks like a right-wing parody comic. It says, Elon is a Nazi. He's not even hiding it. Don't buy Teslas. Don't use Twitter. Stop supporting actual Nazis. And I like how they used an apostrophe. One of the commenters mentioned it down here, but this is not how you say this. Get mad and stay mad. Show them that you do not accept this. And the person we're actually going to be looking at today is Pizza Cake Comic. So, oh, I didn't even actually see this. She also spelled accept wrong here. What the fuck? But yeah, I think this one was really, really popular, just like a lot of her comics are. And half of them are like political and half of them are animals. But let's go over to her account and see what's up, because she is like one of the most popular people on that subreddit. Alright, so this is her account, and she has 3 million post karma and 1 million comment karma. And I like how one of the first comments we see is from 21 hours ago, and it says, so you're on the side of bigots? And I don't believe she's American. I think she is Canadian, as a lot of her posts would suggest. But let's go and check out what she has to offer. And a lot of it is basically the same messaging repeated over and over again. So let's check it out. And oh yeah, when I looked up her name on r/comics, this was one of the first things that I saw, was one of her fans made a little animation of her, which is fucking wild because this is nothing like her OC looks like. But anyway, Maple MAGA. I saw that America was on fire, and I thought, I want that for us too, Canadians. Oh god, is this that one guy who, sorry, I gotta look him up. That's right, it's Pierre. I've seen a lot of clips of this guy, and he seems pretty reasonable, to be honest. But I think Carney was actually the one who won, if I'm not mistaken, but he actually moved one of his businesses into America, and a line about a lot of the details around it, because obviously it would be a conflict of interest, like why are you moving your businesses into a country that you're not representing? And on top of that, lie about it to make it even more suspicious. But good job, Canada, good job. I'm so tired of having all these pesky rights. It's exhausting, and I'm fine with forcing that on other women. Okay, I'm not big on Canadian politics, but who is doing this? If there's any Canadians in my chat, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And you're gonna notice that a lot of the time. She is literally fighting ghosts on a lot of these issues. Like, what rights? I like how they never specify what they really mean. Are we talking about like abortion or something? The right to kill your kid? Vote for pee-pee pants? Okay, I think we are talking about the Pierre guy because it's, you know, that's his initials or whatever. Strange, I haven't heard from Jesus in a while. I better check on him. Nobody cares who your dad is, Jesus. Or sorry, Jesus. Maybe I shouldn't have sent him to America. Dude, there is just so much. This gets 86,000 upvotes too. You'll notice that all of these have just a ridiculous amount of upvotes, but this just makes no sense whatsoever. First of all, Jesus doesn't even look like a Hispanic guy, so this doesn't make any sense. I get the name, right? But America also is founded on a lot of Christian principles, and I think the majority of the country is Christian. So why in the fuck would anyone have any problem with deporting Jesus if this was real? And I like how they have the "Don't Tread on Me" and the Blue Lives Matter hat on. That's just the icing on top. But in some ways, this is actually unbelievably based. If America deported Jesus Christ because he came down from like heaven or something, or you know, Jerusalem, I don't know, wherever in the Middle East. I'm not a big Bible guy, so I'm sorry, I don't know. But I find this idea hilarious, even though this, you know, is obviously just some form of propaganda, you know? I mean, Jesus was famously killed in brutal fashion by his local police force. I don't think this would be surprising to him/God. Yeah, but I don't think Jesus's crime was illegal immigration. I don't think that's why they persecuted him. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, this is one of the most unhinged ones on here. Why can't we all just get along? And they put a woman, a gay person, a trans person, and some minorities in a fucking cage. And this got 62,000 upvotes. This is why we can't take you seriously, by the way. When you come out with shit like this, and what reality is this anywhere close to actually happening? I don't know, maybe this one's an illegal immigrant, but I'm gonna move on before I get canceled. I am a Nazi. Well, that doesn't mean he's a Nazi. 175,000 upvotes? This is actually criminally unfunny, and not only that, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. If you truly think that Elon Musk is a Nazi, you are beyond ignorant about not only history, but like the ideology surrounding the party. And I do recommend that these people go look at a history book, because if this is who they're, you know, defining as Nazis, then I don't know what to tell you. They're really shitting on history in a lot of ways here. I actually find it disgusting how they just throw these words around and, you know, do it solely to destroy whoever they don't like. These people are the reason that history repeats itself. Oh my god, and this is the top comment from a mod on r/comics. There are a whole lot of Nazis throwing obfuscation, lies, and distraction, and obviously they're labeling them as Nazis, even though you just can't not think that Elon Musk is a Nazi without being a Nazi yourself. Isn't that that's so fucking retarded. Okay, anyway, lies and distraction to deflect from the fact that Elon Musk did a whole ass Sieg Heil salute multiple times. The first one, Elon Musk just looked retarded. I understand what he was trying to do, but he did look like a retard doing that. You can't argue with these people because they're just so ideologically captured. A common deflection is people posting memes of screenshots of dim leaders taken when they had their arms in a certain position. They never, not ever, post the full clips of these screenshots are taken from, because that would give away the game too soon. These people did not make a Nazi salute. I mean, but by your logic, they literally did. It doesn't matter, you know, the context of what they did, because you are not accepting the context of what Elon did. You just don't like Elon. Therefore, you're just going to label him what you always wanted to label him anyway. And probably already labeled him a Nazi beforehand. So it doesn't really matter. Why do they post these images? Do they think we're stupid? I don't even have to answer this one. If you post those memes I talked about, hard to believe, but you will be banned. Because we ban Nazis, yes. If you post memes about it, you are a Nazi, by the way. This site needs to fucking burn, okay? And 12 people gave this moderator money. Just remember that. How could he? This is all Joe Biden's fault. What are we even talking about? This got 132,000 upvotes. It is so generalized. It makes such a non-message that anyone can interpret this in any way possible. I mean, obviously the broad interpretation is that people will blame Joe Biden for what Trump is doing, but like, I love how non-specific it is at any point. I don't even know how to critique it because what am I supposed to say? Like, what is the message here even? I saw the other day on what was it, child free or antinatalism? They blamed Trump for the child tax credit, even though Kamala was also doing that. But of course, it's just Trump's fault. I'm an alpha male. I do what I want and I don't care what anyone says. I'm not one of those sheeple. You hate Canada now. Okay, daddy, 122,000 upvotes. And you know what's funny about this is that most people on the right do not like Canada. One, because of their speech laws. Like, it's not that they hate Canadians, it's that their government fucking sucks. We don't like Trudeau. A lot of his anti-gun, anti-speech, just so much of his positions, go against a lot of our philosophies, or at least mine. Like, I'm pretty libertarian. But we didn't need Trump to tell us that, you know, to not like Canada. We never liked their laws anyway. MAGA pretending to care about crime while electing a felon is hilarious. He is not actually a felon, guys. Those were misdemeanors. Through novel legal theory, they got turned into felonies, alright? People are being sent to prison camps without trial. I don't care, they're all criminals. And then when she peels it back, it says they're not white. I knew it. This is funny because every villain in all of her comics are just some random white guy who looks straight. So I think the shoe would fit for her too, but we just don't want illegals in our country. That is all. Your average Walmart Republican is just fine with immigrants who come into country legally because it's such a rigorous process. No one's complaining about that. But of course they just have to frame all of them as racist because, you know, you can't possibly be principled or have any, you know, logical stance about immigration if you support Trump in any way. 121,000 upvotes. Just give it time, they'll start disappearing the white but liberal crowd soon enough. Okay, yeah, buddy, I'm sure. They're already using rhetoric to suggest that trans and queer people are next. Haven't we been hearing this for like 8 years now? When are they actually gonna start, you know, disappearing, quote unquote? Not that I'm advocating for that, but they've just been saying it for so long now. I'm waiting for it to actually start happening so I could say something about it. We want to ban abortion for all American women. We also want to ban access to contraceptives. Women need to know recreational sex is evil. American women stop having sex altogether. Yeah, again, I don't think the average person, even the Republicans, want to ban contraceptives. This is rhetoric I hear a lot too, and I've just never seen it in mainstream. Sorry, like the mainstream media or cultural talking points, you know? And I like how one of the things they mention is that recreational sex is quote-unquote evil. And even though I'm not personally religious or anything, you don't really have to be to see all the negative consequences that having sex very, very, you know, casually does to people. There's been so many studies that show it makes it a lot harder to, you know, stay in meaningful relationships or to even stay healthy, as a lot of people who have a lot of sex usually have some form of STD and just don't tell their partners or anything. Like, there's a lot of risks associated with it that you obviously aren't going to listen to from someone who's religious if you're not personally. But there is a lot of secular and scientific reasoning behind why you probably shouldn't. Oh god, my voice cracked a little there. Bro, why does the mod need to comment on every single one of these posts? This subreddit is promotive of women's rights and civil liberties. If you tell the weird lie that Trump doesn't want Project 2025, or worse, if you speak out in favor of it, then we will permanently ban you because, you know, having opinions just isn't allowed on here, even though it's like a 900-page book and there's plenty of things that could be right or wrong about it. Especially if you actually look at something objectively and not just get pole-brained. As is usual on threads like these, any replies made to bans from this thread will be mass archived without being read. I just can't with these people, man. This is what political brain rot looks like, by the way. No matter what side you're on, please do not be like these people. DEI hires are not qualified to do their jobs. Is 78, can't stay awake. Where's this with Biden? Born rich, convicted felon, not a felon, no political background. I would prefer this, actually. Shits his pants. When? And isn't being rich something you can change? Like, don't you guys cry about how many times he's went bankrupt, even though I think going bankrupt is something a lot of, you know, big business owners do for whatever, a variety of reasons. I'm not 100% sure. But this is still something you can change. And I think Joe Biden was older. But I think this one is the funniest one here. This is just massive projection. 93,000 upvotes too. I'm being persecuted just because I'm a Christian. Nobody cares that you're a Christian. We don't like you because you're a raving bigot who uses your religion to justify being hateful. And instead of giving you a logical explanation of why you're wrong, I'm just gonna call you a bigot. ISIS doing the Lord's work, pray the gay away, pronouns make Jesus cry, trollops don't go to heaven. What the fuck is this? Do most modern Christians even believe these things? I know this one used to be an old boomer, talking point back in the early 2000s, but I've literally never seen any of these other ones. Where are all these huge hurricanes coming from? Climate change. It feels like something has changed recently. Climate change. These events can only be caused by one thing. Climate change. Dims are controlling the weather. 62,000 upvotes. And again, it's another white person. Like, imagine if there is a content creator who made comics, but on the other side, and every single time they had a villain, it was just some black guy. I'm sure that all these people would call this person racist. I know it 100%. And this is the last one we'll do. Oh, so everyone who disagrees with you is a racist? And again, why are we talking about the Ku Klux Klan in 2025? This was made 2 months ago, 53,000 upvotes. And I like how the insinuation is that everyone who disagrees with them is literally a Klan member. Like, what are we talking about? And here we go, the Reddit mod having to say something again. If you lie and say there is no KKK anymore, you will be banned. You are a liar pretending not to know what an analogy is. What if we just don't like the analogy? What if the analogy is complete dog shit? If you lie and say you call everyone you don't like a racist, then you will be banned. That's literally what she's doing though. You are a liar pretending people are never allowed to oppose your racism. There you go. It's right there. Attacking the artist, believe it or not, ban. There will be no racists on this subreddit. Deal with it. Oh my god, dude. I am so done with this fucking subreddit. But more specifically, this certain political artist, Pizza Cake Comment. And by the way, do not harass this person, alright? We're just making fun of them, okay? They put these memes and comics or whatever on a public platform for everybody to see it and make an opinion about it. So I don't want to hear any of that, but do not harass this person anyway. But anyway, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. I hope you liked the video. I'm going to have hopefully at least one more come out today. I wanted to do 3, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll probably be a little busy later. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make the time for it. But anyway, on to the patrons. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated or supported this channel in any way. I am so sorry for the YouTube membership stuff. Like I said, I'm not able to post it on my Patreon, so I don't even know how I'm going to proceed with this unless, especially if Patreon doesn't allow me to post videos. So maybe I won't do anything at all. I'm not sure. I'll probably come up with something more concrete, but I just want to post as much as I can. And thank you so much again, and I will see you guys later. Peace.